Okay, we're recording.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Next, I'll call on our table topics master, Donovan.
Thank you. So I'm gonna ask questions. So today's topic is basically just impromptu speeches real quick. So I would probably would ask a question and y'all would volunteer or I would call on somebody and then ask them the question. Back to you, Kyle.
Thank you, Donovan. And then I'd like to call on our timer, Luke.
All right, good evening, everybody. So I'll be the timer tonight. So we have one speaker, which is Carrie. So her speech, she'll be speaking for about 5 to 7 minutes with audience participation will go upwards of 15 minutes. But for her actual speaking portion at 5 minutes, I'll show this green top. For 6 minutes will be this yellow top to the honey bottle. And for the 7 minutes will be this red top here. For table topics, we'll do 1 minute, 1 minute and 30 seconds, and 2 minutes. It'll be the same color code that I just showed. And for Maurice evaluating Carrie's speech, it'll be 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and then 3 minutes. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. So our meeting this evening will comprise of 3 different sections. First, we'll start off with a prepared speech from Carrie. Then we'll move into our table topics portion, and then we'll move into our evaluation portion. So with that, I'd like to introduce our first speaker, Carrie, with her speech, Language is Not Learned in a Day. So join me in welcoming Carrie.
Thank you, Kyler. Let me explain about this the speech tonight. First 5 to 7 minutes, I'll talk about the language, learning the language. In the second half, I'll ask the questions. So please give me your questions or share your thoughts, feedbacks, and comments. And the point of this assignment is how I treat question and answer section. I just went to run the downstairs to take care of the dog. So I'm just breathing really hard now. Okay, let's start. Good evening, Toastmasters and members. Have you studied a foreign language? I guess we have all done at high school and college. What language was it? Spanish, French, or German? I studied English as a second language at middle school and high school in Japan. Tonight, I would like to share 5 tips for success in learning a new language based on many years of experience learning English as a second language, tutoring my native language, Japanese, as a second language, and teaching English to different age groups of people. First of all, continuity is the father of success. There is no shortcut. Study every day. That's all. It would be great if you study for 1 hour every day, but 15 minutes or even 5 minutes is fine. Watch a 5-minute video on YouTube or write 1 new word 30 times on a piece of paper. Rome was not built in a day. A language is not learned in a day. Remember, you had studied your native language, English, for more than 10 years at school. Kindergarten, elementary school, middle school, high school, and more. Again, there is no shortcut, but I promise consistency is paid off. Second, study your interest in the language you want to learn. My graduate school major was sociology. I love reading sociology books. The contents are difficult and the English vocabulary is hard in the books. But I have finished all the coursework because I love sociology. Because I am interested in sociology, I had already known a lot about it. The knowledge helped me understand what a teacher talked about in English during a sociology class. I enjoy studying sociology and English. If you are interested in calumny, study it in the language you want to learn. This technique is 2 for 1. Good deal, isn't it? Third, think this way. Adults have as many advantages of learning a language as children do. People believe children are better language learners than adults. Actually, adults are. This is incredibly true based on my long-term experience teaching languages to different age groups of people. Adults can study technically and effectively. For example, sekinin is a Japanese term for responsibility. It's not a difficult word for adults because we adults have a lot of responsibilities, such as working, making money, taking care of ourselves and family, paying bill, gas, and taxes. I don't need to explain what sekinin is when teaching adult students, but when teaching children, I need to give the easy definition and a lot of examples and explanations. This is because children have a limited experience, education, and knowledge. Believe that we, adults, have a lot of advantages of learning a new language. Believing it's happening. Both. Set your goal and define why you learn another language. It takes much time to learn a new language, and you don't see daily progress. Although you improve your language skill every day, unfortunately, you don't feel it. That's why it's hard to continue to study. We need a clear goal, and it encourages you to keep studying, especially when you wonder, why am I studying? Why am I doing this? What for? The goal will help you. Fifth, visualize and numerize your progress. If you see your progress or how much you improve your language skill, that will motivate you to study hard. For example, the number of new words you learn, pages you read, minutes you watch tutorial videos, scores of quizzes you take, and hours in total you study for a week. The larger the numbers are, the more you learn the language. You make a graph or chart using a spreadsheet. You may feel like playing a game, not study. Those 5 tips will help you learn a new language. Many people ask me how to learn it. They look for a magic tool to speak well for one night. Tell you the truth. Any study materials and tutorial videos on Amazon, internet, and YouTube work well. Remember, there is no shortcut. It doesn't matter what you study with. A language is not learned in a day. The key is to continue to study. Trust me, consistency is paid off. Now I would like to move to the question and answer section. Do you have any questions or comments you would like to share with us?
Hi, Carrie. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Luke.
Luke is first. Yes, Luke.
No, Olivia, go right ahead. I'll go right after you.
Okay, I was just going to say I really enjoyed your speech. What was your motivation, Carrie? Because I have been teaching myself Spanish for years, and well, let's just say I'm not as fluent as I would like to be. But what was your end goal? I guess I should say. What were you trying to accomplish when you decided to learn English as your second language?
Well, I like to share two things. First is obligation. I got to speak English. If I don't speak English, people here don't treat me like a human being. I'm like alien. Actually, I am alien because I'm an immigrant. I don't know why people, they call it alien. So I am officially alien, but literally people treat me like an alien if I don't speak English. Obligation. I got to do. That's the one motivation, strong motivation. Second is my goal is speaking English here is to communicate better. Especially, I want to listen to people. A lot of people now look for somebody to talk with, especially coronavirus pandemic time. We have a very limited time to socialize, right? So I want to talk to, I want to listen to them. I want them to express how they feel. I want to be better English learner. Good speaker is a good listener. That's what I believe. That's why I study English.
Okay. Oops. Thank you. That was I guess for me, my desire to learn Spanish is because I just want to be able to embrace or incorporate myself completely into their environment. I don't think I'll ever probably live long term in a Spanish speaking country, but I would love to like maybe go somewhere for 6-10 months, maybe a year to a Spanish speaking country and just engulf myself in the language and the culture. I think I am part Spanish, by the way. I eat most of their food and everything else. But okay, thank you.
Thank you, Olivia. So, Luke, would you like to go next?
Okay, thanks, Carrie, and I really enjoyed your speech. I was just going to say that, I really agree with the consistency part in studying, especially when you're learning a language. I tried to learn Spanish. I didn't have the consistency that I needed to. So I think Spanish is, it's very prevalent in our culture already. And I was with the church, I've gone down to Guatemala twice for a couple mission trips, and going down there and being able to interact with the people a little bit more and just knowing, your general words really helped out. And I told myself after I came back from the first one that I would learn Spanish better so that I could go down and I could interact and talk more. But I did not have the consistency, and I did not have the dedication to do it, I guess. And so I was unable to go down and conversate like I wanted to. So I just think that the consistency that you're talking about, and even if it's 5 minutes a night, and everybody has 5 minutes in their day that they can look at a YouTube video, they can practice or something, it would have really helped me out. So anyway, I enjoyed your speech, Carrie.
Thank you, Luke. And consistency, that's definitely important every day, every single day. Yes, Shan, please.
Okay, sorry if this is a silly question, but I've always wondered this. Since English is your second language, when you think to yourself or have thoughts or when you dream, are they in English or your first language?
This is really interesting question. If I have a dream in English or another language, that's the sort of proof that I really improved my language skill. First time I dream in English was a long time, about 6 months. I was told that probably 6 months or so, and exactly 6 months after I studied, especially spoken English, not the grammar or writing or just the reading or textbook, more spoken English, and about 6 months. And the first time I had it, it was of course excited. And then I don't really actually understand what the really meaning, what's going on, but I knew that that was English. So it's really
That's awesome. And then like, what about like your like inner thoughts? If you're like thinking about what you have to get in the store, like, will that be in Japanese or do you like run through in English? I've just always wondered when you're bilingual.
Very interesting too, because when I'm in Japan, I don't speak English. English doesn't really come out naturally. Sometimes first, I usually stay about a month in my parents' house in Japan. The first couple days, sometimes quick English came out. For example, really quick words such as "oh no," that kind of word, not the sentence, just the one phrase or two phrases. But about the 1 week, I don't really just Japanese only. And then when I come back here to speak any American people or English speakers, I don't any Japanese coming out. And it's so really quickly switching it, especially also the culture, environment, values, everything. I need to adjust it when I'm here to survive in the US. And when I'm in Japan, I have to readjust back to Japanese way. So not just the language, also any culture, value, and also switch it. So it's not just a language thing, not just the mind, probably whole thing.
Okay, one more question just to piggyback back off of that. So like one thing I've always heard, because I've also tried to learn Spanish, the school I went to, they actually taught us Italian for like elementary school, but they say like you have to interact and practice with someone else who is fluent. So if you started learning in Japan and you said you don't really speak English over there, how did you get that interaction to like apply it, or did you just study it as much as you could and then get that interaction when you came over here?
When I was in Japan, I went to the college, Edmonds Community College on Japan campus. So all the professors, teachers, instructors that from Washington State, Oregon, or basically West Coast, and a lot of exchange students from America, so a lot of English students or American students. And I often ask them tutor or talk to them or hang out with them, going to downtown, show the interest in the town in Japan. That's what I do. So it's really try to really speak. Even I didn't speak well, and they understand me because they don't speak. They learn Japanese because they're in Japan, but they don't speak Japanese either. So so they really know what's going on. So it's good to. So based on my experience, I saw a lot of students study in the South or some other university I went to in the US. And what kind of personality? The personality also important. More outgoing person or a kind of party girl. So easy to improve language. So basically more how much you interact with the people in English. So that's the key, I guess. But luckily now we have a lot of the technology, YouTube video or even on Zoom or Skype or Team or whatever. And it's really good, easy to interact if you are in the mobile.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. I really appreciated your speech. Also, I like that you pointed out that adults are just as good at learning new languages as kids are. I think oftentimes people get older, they're more reluctant to try something new or learn a new skill, but that can happen at any time. I think most of the people here at Toastmasters, we've kind of all experienced like, public speaking is a skill you learn later on, and we've all picked it up very quickly. It just goes to show you, you can always learn something new. Moving on to the tabletop section of the evening, I'm going to call on Donovan to go ahead and start that. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carol. So I can do this, two ways. I can call on one of y'all and then ask you the question, or I could also ask you the question and then y'all round two. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask you the question and whoever wants to volunteer can. The first question is, what is your favorite Christmas song and why?
I'll try.
David.
Good evening, everyone. The question I was asked is, what is my favorite Christmas song and why? And for me, that's an easy answer. The Little Drummer Boy, is that the name of the song? I don't know, but when I hear that song and the drum beating, it just reminds me of the spirit of Christmas and just invokes in me a certain, it's hard to explain, but it is a certain feeling, which a lot of music can do that. I'm a real big music fan. I don't have a good memory, so I can't name a bunch of bands, but I know when I hear a song, you know, certain songs move me in certain ways. And I do like Christmas music. I don't want to listen to it all year round, but at this time of the year, when I start hearing it, it can really bring out a lot of emotions in me. And the Little Drummer Boy, there's just something about that song. I can feel it in my heart, and it's just an incredible experience. So that's my favorite song. And thank you for the question, Donovan. Back to you.
Welcome. The next question to everyone who wants it. Would you rather decorate Christmas cookies or gingerbread houses, and why? Luke?
Okay, so let me start the timer here. So the question I was posed was, would I rather decorate gingerbread houses or Christmas cookies, correct?
Correct. Like, you know, those sugar cookies.
Okay. So I would have to say probably I would have to go with the cookies. So gingerbread, I've had, you know, gingerbread sweets in the past, and they're good, but I actually really enjoy Christmas cookies, sugar cookies, any kind of sweets really. And with cookies, there's a whole lot of different flavors and icing and different toppings and everything that you can get. So, and to be honest, I think decorating a gingerbread house, it would be fun, but at the same time, it would be a little bit more difficult than just easily decorating a Christmas cookie. So with that, it's funny that I answered this question because my neighbor, they just brought me a bunch of food and put it on my back porch, and there's a bunch of Christmas sugar cookies in there. So I am definitely going to be eating probably all of them later tonight. So back to you, Tabletop Master.
Thank you. My next question will be, do you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa? Why?
So the question that you posed is, which three of the holidays do we celebrate? Those three that you mentioned? Is that?
Yeah, like, do you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa?
Okay. Well, traditionally, I'd celebrate Christmas throughout my life. I don't do it the same now as I did way back when, but Christmas is the holiday that we celebrated. Back to you.
Thank you, Maurice. The next question I would like to propose is, what is your favorite Christmas candy and why? Cheyenne?
Hello, everyone. I have been asked the question, what is my favorite Christmas candy? And a candy did not come to mind, but something else did. And I just have to share it with you guys, and you should go buy them as soon as this meeting is over. But everyone knows the Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes. But they also have these little soft frosted gingerbread man cookies. and they usually come out after the Christmas tree cakes. And those are my favorite holiday treat that you can buy in the store. Now, the second favorite Christmas treat of mine, and this is the indication to me when it is okay to decorate for Christmas, because it usually comes out about a week after Thanksgiving, is the Chick-fil-A peppermint mocha milkshake. When I see that it is out, like it's on, it's Christmas time. That is official permission. It doesn't matter if it's not December yet. Chick-fil-A gives us the official start of the Christmas season with that milkshake, and it is one of my top favorite Christmas treats. So thank you, Donovan.
You're welcome. The next question I would like to propose is, since this is like, since this means basically adults who are over 21, I'd like to ask, what is your favorite Christmas alcoholic drink? If you drink alcohol.
I'll take it. I think the question was, what is my favorite alcoholic drink? Is that what you said, Donovan?
Yeah, I was just asking that because, you know, y'all over 21. And
Say it again.
I was just asking because I know this meeting is for the people who are over 21, so I thought this would be acceptable.
Okay, well, to answer the question, when I used to partake somewhat in alcoholic beverages, or shall I say spirits, it would always be whiskey and eggnog. So for me, it would be some Crown Royal with eggnog. I know some people drink their eggnog with different spirits like vodka or gin or cognac, but no, those do not blend well. You get some good eggnog and not the new kind that comes out, like they have it with almond milk, and I don't drink cow's milk anymore, so I tried it with the almond milk. It is not the same. You got to have that real cow's milk eggnog and some whiskey. That is, or that was, since I'm being recorded, that was my drink of choice. Back to you, Donovan.
That sounds good. My next question to propose. What is your favorite Christmas movie and why?
Okay, I'll take it. So question, what was the Christmas what?
What is your favorite Christmas movie and why?
Movie.
Yeah.
My favorite Christmas movie.
Yeah.
My favorite Christmas movie.
It could be American or Japanese, if you feel comfortable answering that question.
I try to remember the title, but I can't remember that. But basically, very classic and old movie, and it's PG. And the story is basically the husband or father or boyfriend, I forgot, that went back to the years ago, and then they experienced something, and then they learned that how wonderful his life and back to the real life, because he experienced in real life he will kind of complain and he didn't like it. He wished he could go back to 10 years ago, 20 years ago when he was young, but actually he really did, and he realized that no, actually my current life is wonderful. He learned that kind of story I remember. And then I watched it quite times in Christmas time, and then but I can't remember the title, but that was my my favorite Christmas movie. The reason I like it is it's making me feel like my life is really wonderful, and in 2020 it's great, and also it's basically a family movie. And then I appreciate all my family, friends, and everyone. So I like the Christmas movie. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. I have How are we on time, Luke?
I have
I think we're
7:24.
Yeah, I think we're still good on time. But I think everybody answered a table topic tonight, because we do have a little extra time. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like everybody's answered one, so I think we're good, Donovan.
All right. Back to you, Cheyenne. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, Donovan. I appreciate it. So now we'll move into our evaluation portion of the evening. Starting, I will call up our general evaluator, who will introduce her team, and then her team will each give their own reports. So now join me as we welcome Cheyenne.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for a good meeting, and we will continue to have a good meeting. I thought Kyler was going to forget that I was the general evaluator and call someone else, and that would have been calumny. I tried. So yes, so if we could please start with the timers report from Luke, please.
Shine, do you mind if we go into Maurice's evaluation so I can time him first?
I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm sorry. I tried to do it without the cheat sheet. Okay, I would like to call up the first evaluator for Carrie's speech, and that will be Maurice.
All right, thank you, Cheyenne Higgins. My speech evaluation tonight was for Carrie's speech. A language is not learned in a day. You know, just like Rome wasn't built in a day, or you don't harvest the same day as you plant the seed. So, but anyway, general comments. She excelled at clarity and volume of voice, the flow of the speech from introduction, body, and conclusion. And she also had good vocal variety and gestures. Which you may want to work on. I didn't have anything particular for it, but just keep on improving on the whole, on every aspect of the speech. To challenge yourself, just continue to improve on your speeches. Now on the evaluation form, clarity, the speaker's voice was clear and easily understood. Vocal variety, the speaker did vary tone, speed, and volume during the speech. Eye contact, the speaker did look into the camera very often during the speech. Gestures, the speaker had moderate usage of gestures. Audience awareness, I'm pretty sure that she observed the audience engaging and responding to the different parts of her speech. Comfort level, the speaker was very comfortable throughout. Interest, the audience showed great interest in the speech. The response, she responded effectively to all the questions that were posed to her. Facilitation, the question and answer session did go very well. And time management, time, especially during the speech, was managed well. And then there were just enough questions to fill out the rest of the available time. And that is the evaluation of Carrie's speech. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Maurice. So we will now run through our other reports. So if we could start with the Grammarian Report, David.
Okay, hi. The Grammarian Report for this evening. Listening to everyone, I did not see any really improper use of the English language. I thought everyone did fairly well tonight with that. As far as word of the day, calumny, I know I heard Cheyenne, Kyler, and Carrie use it. Did I miss anybody? Because I'm good at missing people with this sort of thing. But so I got the those three each using it once. And that will be the Grammarian Report for this evening. Back to you.
Awesome, thank you. And could I get the all counter report, please?
Good evening, everyone. My role tonight was that of the all counter. And I will say that, let's see, during the prepared speech, Carrie, when you were just giving your explanation at the very beginning, you said one but I necessarily wouldn't count it because during the speech, you didn't do any. So very good for that. David, during your table topic, it was 0. Maurice, 0. Cheyenne, you had 1 like when you were talking about how good that shake was and how Chick-fil-A was the beginning of the Christmas season for you. Olivia, I noticed I had 1 if someone else counted more, please, no problem. Carrie, you didn't have any. Luke, I'm sorry, yeah, let's see. Luke, you had 1, 2 uhs and 2 ums. And I think that was it. That's it for my report. Back to you, General Evaluator.
All right, awesome. And then for our timers report, Luke?
All right, good evening, everybody. So for our speech tonight, Carrie, the speech lasted 6 minutes and 57 seconds. So you were right there at the top. The overall speech with the audience participation was 15 minutes and 41 seconds. For table topics, Carrie, I had you at 1 minute and 22 seconds. Cheyenne, 1 minute and 20 seconds. Maurice, I had you at 41 seconds. Olivia, I had you at 55 seconds. Myself at 1 minute and 26 seconds. And David at 1 minute and 7 seconds. And for Maurice, your evaluation was 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Great, thank you so much. So that concludes our reports from the different roles. And so I will give a quick general evaluation of the meeting. So we started on time. Everyone was in, good job. The actual meeting part where it was handed over to the Toastmaster, it was fine. It started on time. I was watching. So good job on that. I know we've had some lagging of like getting logged on, like me too, definitely guilty of it, but good job everyone getting logged in today. Carrie, I loved your speech. I think everyone at some point has tried to learn a new language or thought like, I wish I could learn that language. And like Kyler said in his comment, I think adults kind of just dismiss like, oh, well, I'm not kidding anymore. I can't learn that, because we do hear like, you're going to be better able to learn as a child. And I've used that as an excuse before, but I just really liked their speech. And thank you for sharing that. I know it is probably somewhat personal, just sharing your journey with that, but thank you. And it inspired me. I have Rosetta Stone. I paid for it, and I was so motivated the first month. And then I'm like, well, I sit on a computer all day, so I don't want to get on a computer when I get home. I need to hop to it. So thank you for the encouragement. And thank you, Donovan, for the Christmas table topics. I like talking about Christmas. All your, do you like this or this more? I was just like all of the above. Like I couldn't pick one. So I like that. I like that timely seasonal Toastmaster or table topics. Sorry. So anyways, good meeting, guys, and guilty of this as well, but just make sure that we're signing in and accepting roles. So at the beginning of the meetings, we don't have to take the time to say, hey, can someone do this and someone do that? I think I'm guilty of it, of course. I accepted my role at 6:20. So, but anyways, so thank you. And I will pass it back to the Toastmaster.
Thanks, everyone. Before I turn the lectern back over, does anyone have anything else? Does anyone have a review they want to go over or anything they want to share? All right, with that, I'll turn the lectern back to Luke, and thank you guys. It's been a wonderful evening.
Thanks, Kyler. I appreciate that. Olivia, did you have an education overview for tonight? You did?
Yes, I do. Good
Okay,
evening,
perfect.
everyone. Tonight's education overview is about time management and public speaking. I am getting ready to do a prepared speech, so some of this stuff you will hear again. So the things to avoid are what to do as far as time management during public speaking. Don't be a racer. Those are the ones that talk too fast. Don't be a lingerer. Those are the ones that talk too slow. But be a pacer. That means you are just right. Between these two extremes, the real slow and the real fast, is the sweet spot where the speaker is calm, cool, in control, and is working with the clock, like how Carrie's speech was tonight. Instead of ahead of it or lagging behind. As a speaker, you should always aim to manage your time effectively, and where a time allocation has been given, you must respect this and work within the time constraint given. Okay, so here are 5 practical ways you can successfully manage your time on stage every time. Number 1, know the time. Carry a watch. Some people may try to use their cell phone or other large clunky devices like my big old phone. It's best if you just have a watch. You can look at it, glance at it, keep up with your time. Practice saying your speech with your time. Develop a healthy mindset. In other words, first thing you want to do is develop your mind or speak positive thoughts. So before stepping into the spotlight, be determined to enjoy every moment. Make a plan, have a plan in place to track time during delivery, and decide ahead of time to respect your audience's time by staying on time. And let the audience enjoy their time. Effective time management is not about packing in as much content as possible and knowledge dumping. It's about being able to use the time well to let your audience have a valuable and memorable experience. And lastly, never make reference to the time. Phrases like, oh, I'm running out of time, or I don't have enough time, or I never get a chance to get to the gold, or even we are good, we still have time, should never be uttered to your audience. If you are truly managing your time, no attention should be drawn to it during your speech. So in closing, time management and public speaking is of the essence. Back to you, table topics, or back to you, President Luke.
Thanks, Olivia. I really appreciate that. I know that I sent out that email kind of last, I think I sent it out on Saturday, I believe Saturday morning. So thanks for getting something together so quickly. And I think time management, not just in public speaking, is something that we probably all can improve on. I know myself. So thanks, Olivia. I appreciate it. So in closing out the meeting, so it's 7:38. Carrie, I just want to say I really enjoyed your speech. I think it really, we can all relate to it because at some point in our life, either we've tried to learn a new language or we've thought about learning a new language. And for you did both and you succeeded because you do speak good English. We can fully understand, and you've definitely succeeded in the speech that you wrote tonight. So I just need to take some pointers and get back into studying the Spanish and being consistent like you did, so I can be successful as well. Donovan, thanks for your table topics. So Donovan contacted me and asked if he could specifically do table topics tonight, and I really appreciate that. And that kind of goes into my next point. If anybody wants to do any roles for next week's meeting, please let me know. Donovan, I like that you incorporated Christmas. That's the next upcoming holiday, and I think we all really and everything like that. And so I enjoyed your topics tonight. So does anybody have a role or anything that they want to sign up for next week or request?
I think I'm
Okay.
going to be ready to do my speech and time management, but I'll go and put it in Easy Speak.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. And I'll be getting together a speech too. So Olivia, if you can possibly, you know, have your speech, then we could have 2 speakers next week. Because being stuck at home right now, in quarantine, not going to work and everything, I definitely have plenty of time. So I will have a speech next week, and I'm also going to request that in Easy Speak. So we could have 2 speakers next week. So I think that would be great. Let's see. And I think that is it. Does anybody have anything in closing to pass to the club?
Look, I was just going to say, take care of yourself. You have awfully nice neighbors to be putting you food on the back porch, including cookies. And, you know, I don't live that far from you. So if there's anything I can do, let me know. And I pray that all is well with you. And what about your girlfriend? She's there too, right?
She actually, well, I really like that, Olivia. So she went to visit her mother. She's working from home. She works with Noah. So they're primarily working from home. She went up and spent a couple weeks with her mom up in Maine, and she was supposed to come home about 5 days ago. And for safety, she's not coming home. So,
so you're all by yourself.
Yeah, I'm here, and luckily the road I live on, it's 80 acres. It's just surrounded by 80-acre farm. There's 4 other houses. They're all family. They're all brother and sister. They grew up farming this land their whole life. And I spend Christmases, Thanksgivings, birthdays. They're like my second family. So definitely in good hands here, and they've been bringing stuff by, and I'm just staying in, and I'm just awaiting the results right now, and yeah, just trying to, you know, not go out and play it safe. So I appreciate that.
Well, take care.
Thank you. Anybody else, guys?
Yes, look for your email on the TL Live. If you don't see one, then I guess contact Kevin or contact Brandon.
Okay. I'm writing a note right now, TLI.
All right.
Okay. Thanks, Maurice.
Okay. Hey, Luke,
all right,
what's with the green shirt?
What's that?
What's with the green shirt?
It's just a nice, comfortable shirt that
okay.
that I pulled out of the dryer, because that's typically where I leave all my clothes. And I fluff them every morning, and then I sort through out because I don't like folding them. So that's a little tidbit about it.
Okay, so there's no other reason why you wear the green shirt.
No, that's it. That's it. It was what was clean in the dryer.
Okay, all right. Okay.
All right. Well, I think we had another great meeting. I see Cheyenne just unmuted herself. I think they got something to say.
You gotta put a background on, so like it'll show up on your shirt. Like if you do the Fiji background, it'll be on your green screen shirt.
Oh yeah,
so
sure
I
will.
didn't even think about that. So for remember we did a Zoom background contest, and I found this like dolphin and cow jumping out of the water together, and it would not show up on the background. I couldn't figure it out, but yeah, that actually would work with this green shirt.
Yeah,
maybe I'll try that next.
If you have like a virtual ugly Christmas sweater contest, you could like just put it on your shirt. Like you don't even have to go buy a sweater. It's genius.
Yeah,
that is true. That is very true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, Luke Green.
That's something too we're gonna have to vote on coming up. You guys remind me on when we want to stop doing the meetings for the holidays and New Year's and stuff like that, and reconvene. So I'll look at the dates, and we'll bring that up next meeting. We'll go ahead and take a quick vote on that. Okay, guys. I really enjoyed the meeting tonight. Thanks for showing up, participating. We had a great speech from Carrie, and I just thought it was overall another good meeting. And it looks like we might have 2 speakers next week. I know I'll definitely be speaking, and hopefully Olivia too. And yeah, I look forward to that. So you guys, please stay safe out there. Continue to wear your mask. Do your part to help stop and slow the spread, and everybody just be safe, okay? All right, with that.